Good morning, everyone, or whatever time of day it is where you are tuning in from. This is Alvin, your guide through the whirlwind of the world's headlines here on green ground. Picture us sitting together in a cozy cafe overlooking a misty horizon, steam rising from our cups as we unpack the stories that are shaking the globe right now. It's early days of 2026, and oh, what a start we're off to. Tensions high, hearts heavy, and flickers of hope peeking through the cracks. Let's dive in, shall we, with that elegant rhythm that keeps us coming back for more. First, let's talk about Venezuela, because if there's one story dominating every screen and conversation, it's this. Imagine the dead of night in Caracas, the capital pulsing with its usual vibrant chaos, when suddenly explosions echo through the streets like thunder from a storm no one saw coming. U.S. Special Forces swoop in, and in a raid that's already sparking global firestorms, they capture President Nicolas Maduro himself. He's now in U.S. custody, facing charges of drug smuggling tied to what authorities are calling a narco-terrorism conspiracy. President Trump has been front and center, announcing the operation and even suggesting his administration might step in to run things temporarily, a move that's lit up debates from Washington to the UN. The UN Secretary General, Antonio Guterres, didn't mince words. He called it a dangerous precedent, one that could unravel the fragile threads of international law. Critics are crying foul, saying it's a bold shift in U.S. foreign policy, prioritizing power over norms, while supporters see it as justice long overdue for a leader accused of holding Americans hostage and crippling his nation's economy. Explosions in the capital, a leader whisked away. It's the stuff of thrillers, but this is real life, unfolding with all its messy implications. What does this mean for Venezuela's future? Will it stabilize the shambles of a country or ignite even more unrest? The world's watching, holding its breath, shifting our gaze to the Middle East, where winter has turned a humanitarian nightmare into something even more heart-wrenching. In Gaza, hundreds of thousands are huddled in displacement camps amid the rubble of months of devastation. Storms are battering the region, turning dirt paths into rivers and making aid delivery a Herculean task. Families are facing the new year not with celebrations but with uncertainty, children wrapped in whatever blankets they can scavenge, elders battling the cold in tents that offer little shelter. It's a stark reminder of how nature can amplify human suffering, straining every effort to get food, medicine, and warmth to those who need it most. And layered on top of that, the UN is urging Israel to reconsider proposals for the death penalty against Palestinians, warning it would violate international law. These aren't just headlines, they're lives hanging in the balance, stories of resilience amid unimaginable hardship. It makes you pause and think about the quiet heroes on the ground, the aid workers pushing through the gale, determined to bring a sliver of hope. Now, over to Ukraine, where the drumbeat of conflict refuses to quiet. A Ukrainian drone strike in Russia's Belgorod region has left 1 dead and 2 wounded, including a child, tragic echoes just ahead of crucial peace talks in Paris. European security advisors gathered in Kiev, hashing out proposals that could shift the tide, while Russia reports battlefield advances and the destruction of Western-supplied weapons. It's a chess game on a blood-soaked board, with diplomacy flickering like a candle in the wind. Will these talks in Paris bridge the divide, or are we witnessing just another chapter in a war that's tested the world's endurance? The human cost keeps mounting, from the families shattered in Belgorod to the soldiers on frozen front lines. It's a call for cooler heads and bolder compromises. But let's not leave you with only shadows. There are glimmers elsewhere that deserve our attention. In Myanmar, the government has released over 6,100 prisoners, a step that could ease some long-held tensions in a nation still finding its footing. Syria, post-Assad, is rolling out new currency bills, a practical move toward rebuilding amid the ruins of revolution. And in Switzerland, hundreds marched in silent tribute to the 40 victims of a devastating New Year's Eve bar fire, a poignant procession honoring lives. Cut short, reminding us how fragility binds us all. On the global health front, the UN is sounding the alarm on cervical cancer, with a woman dying every 2 minutes worldwide, a preventable tragedy if we rally resources and awareness. And intriguingly, 5 new nations have joined the UN Security Council, injecting fresh voices into the chamber of power, just as tensions simmer everywhere. As we weave through these tales, it's clear 2026 is kicking off with the intensity of a novel you can't put down. U.S. boldness in Venezuela clashing with international outcry, Gaza's winter woes tugging at our collective heartstrings, Ukraine's fragile peace dance, and these other threads pulling at the fabric of our world. It's elegant in its chaos, isn't it? The way history pivots on these moments, shaped by leaders, storms, and silent marches alike. What strikes me most is the resilience, the Venezuelans navigating upheaval, Gazans enduring the freeze, negotiators in Kiev chasing peace. These aren't distant events. They're invitations to reflect on our shared humanity, to wonder what role we play in the story. Trump's administration is already facing legal scrutiny back home, with the Supreme Court set to weigh in on cases testing executive power. Could this Venezuela saga be Exhibit A? And whispers from hostage negotiators who dealt with Maduro's regime paint a picture of leverage and prisons used as bargaining chips, freeing Americans from places like Russia and Iran. It's a tapestry rich with intrigue where every thread connects to the next. Friends, as we wrap up this morning's reflection, I want you to carry this with you. Stay curious, stay compassionate. The world turns fast, but moments like these remind us why we tune in, to understand, to connect, to hope. If this resonated with you, hit that like button, drop a comment with your thoughts, and subscribe for more daily dives into the stories that matter. Check the description below for links to deeper reads and ways to stay connected. And please share what you're feeling in the comments. Your voice adds to this conversation. Until next time, this is Alvin signing off from Green Ground. Keep shining.